Dyslexic genius here. What I'm going to talk about are Edison C and H reproducers, and this is the housing for a C, and an H is the same one. But somewhere in the world, somebody's going to want to rebuild one of these, and I pulled this one apart for a customer, and Uncle Bubba's been in here. Okay, and when Uncle Bubba gets into a machine, sometimes they do a good job, or sometimes they do a really bad job. And they did a great job, but they didn't put in the right parts. They put in these really, really thin, almost, I have no idea, thin gasket material. You see how thick these are?
How thin they are.
How thin they are. See how wide they are? Well, original Edisons for C's and H's are this size. So, you know, you rebuild it, and you put the gasket in, and you put the diaphragm in, and then they figured out to put this metal ring in, this brass ring, which is a good idea. And then you put the ring back in. But what happens is, you have this diaphragm, and the diaphragm has to flex, you know, to get good sound. So you'd put this in. And now you see how the edges of the diaphragm are getting covered compared to an original gasket. Then on top of that, you put this homemade ring in, and now you're really hitting the edge of the diaphragm, and now it's not going to really talk to you. It's not going to give you really good sound. And then when you get in here, you go, oh, this is what the original ring looks like. And they have this little nipple that sticks up. And in your Edison, there's a hole in here somewhere. Oh, I see what the problem is now. This is a reproduction top. You see how this isn't shiny?
Mm-hmm. Not smooth.
Not smooth. Also, they did a good job on these. They were made a while back. I didn't catch it, but this is a reproduction top, and there's no hole in it anywhere around in here to put in the original retaining ring. So if you run into one of these that doesn't have the hole.
Hole, what do you mean hole? A groove?
A groove. Here's the hole on an original right here.
Oh, there is a hole.
There's a hole in it because the originals, that little nipple thing,
I see.
fits in here like that. If I can do my one eyeball. And this one doesn't. So what you would do is you get you another one of these to compensate, and then you just trim this nipple off. It'll fit in there. But also, you know, we have a lot of roughness in here, so you'd have to polish all this out. But these are things you have to look at. You go, oh, this doesn't look original to me. And then in closer context, you go, well, why is it so rough? And then you put an original up here, and you go, oh, there is a big difference in the reproducers. And these are just things to look for. We do a lot of videos, but I do things like, oh, I got this reproducer and it's wrong. Well, maybe it's a reproduction part. And you know, you have to kind of look at it and say, well, it doesn't have the hole, but you can get around that. And that's my tip for the day.